We can't stress more strongly that you have terminal cancer. You are very willing to talk about this. You've got this most amazing doctor beside you here. And the first thing I'd like to say to both of you is, I know you're being treated, but you look incredibly healthy.
Thank you.
People associate cancer treatment with, your hair falling out and things like that.
I've been really lucky with the hair situation. I've been having a cold cap as I've been having my chemo treatment, and touch wood, it's really helped. And I think for me, it's helped me to kind of get. I know it sounds really silly, like I've managed to keep my hair, but it just sometimes I can go out and not feel like the ill person that I am, I can it's a little bit of a mask, and it's quite nice.
When you do go out, when you came in today, I was talking to you just before we came on air and saying it's very difficult to know what to say to somebody when you know that they've been given a terminal diagnosis. Have your friends, family, people around school and things found it difficult to know what to say? Do you have to take the lead?
Yeah, I definitely have to take the lead. I'm a talker. And I think that's always been helpful, and that's kind of why I've been so open with things, is because a lot of people really struggle to talk about it. And but cancer affects so many people, like so many, and I think the biggest thing is people just don't know what to say, and by being open and being honest and talking about it, I feel like it helps others to get through it, because they know what to say maybe a little bit more.
How did you know what to say, when you got this diagnosis? You had Sophia, and you're thinking, all those horrible things when I was pregnant, having diarrhea or constipation, that'll all go away now.
Yeah.
And it didn't.
It got worse.
And it got worse and worse, and eventually you got the diagnosis. You were there with your husband.
Yeah.
What did you say to each other when you came out of that office?
It was completely silent. We had no words to say. I got to the car and I just kind of fell down almost. I was it was such a shock, I knew that they found a tumour, so I knew that it was cancer, but we didn't know that it was going to be that bad.
We're seeing pictures of there of you with your lovely daughters, Ava, Lily, who's 5, and Sophia, the baby you were pregnant with now, 6 months. Obviously, Sophia's too young to know what's happening to you. What about Ava? How much do you talk to her about it?
I'm really open with her with regards to all of the treatment that I have. I would never want her to think that I hid things. What do you do when you've got children? How do you tell them? Obviously, we haven't told her the full diagnosis because she's 5 and she doesn't understand that. But every treatment that I've had, every procedure that I've had, we talk through it. We're really honest with her.
So she knows Mummy's ill?
She does,
and is having to go to the hospital and things?
Yeah. And if she wants to ask questions, I let her. If she, I had an operation where I've now got a stoma, so I talked her through it, and she was really interested. And
what about talking about the future? This must be the hardest thing for you.
That is the hardest thing.
Looking at your girls.
Yeah.
What are you doing so that they will remember you in the future?
It was kind of fight or flight, really. What do? Do you sit and accept what's been given to you and not get out of bed, or do you kind of push through? And I wanted to make sure that I left something for them. And I kind of wanted to do things. I was like, right, I've been given this, but I'm not just going to be sitting down and just doing nothing. So it was a little idea. I wanted to do a walk with all of my friends, like a 20k walk. Right, let's go and do this. And it turned out that 300 people walked with us. People started, and I was like, I wanted to raise money for my children, for their future, so that they can look back in years and say, Mum did this.
And this has become Lisa's army.
Lisa's army, yeah.
Friends, supporters, family.
Yeah.
And when you say raising money for their futures, you're talking about education,
driving lessons, wedding dresses, whatever, something that if I was still going to be here, I would know that I'd be able to give them, and I can do that.
Just quickly, because obviously they don't screen until you're 60 now, you're called for screening. What are the symptoms to look for?
Yeah, and Lisa had these symptoms, and I think we can put them up on screen. A change in your bowel habit. So if your normal bowel habit is going every day, and then you're not going until every 3 or 4 days, or you're going more frequently. Now, your diarrhoea, people think of diarrhoea as loose, watery stools. It could be just loose, more frequent bowel action. So a change in your bowel habit.
Okay.
The passage of blood in your stools, okay, lower abdominal discomfort or distension, and weight loss and fatigue are sort of quite late symptoms. And Lisa had a 3 stone weight loss.
After the baby,
In about 6 weeks, it was about 3 stone. Yeah, because at that point the tumour was so big, it was blocking, and I couldn't eat, I couldn't even drink like sips of water. I was just being sick constantly. Yeah.
We are, as Ruth said, Ruth started this off, and we talked about this being Bowel Cancer Awareness Month, and Ruth said, "What do you say? What do you say?" I just want to give you a hug. We don't want to say anything, but we just want to give you a hug, and that's it. There's nothing really, anything more.